Hello friends, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and like the videos. Thank you for your support.
There's a synergy in the working arrangement between Mercedes-Benz and its AMG subsidiary. The former focuses on core model development for widespread appeal, while the latter is tasked with extracting maximum performance from the platform for discerning customers seeking a heightened visceral experience. The 2024 Mercedes-AMG EQE SUV, however, tosses a tiny yet highly conductive virtual spanner into that symbiotic groove. Based on the Mercedes-Benz EQE SUV, the AMG variant offers more, and not just in terms of performance. It's better in almost every regard, leaving the standard issue MB EQE EVs feeling a bit wanting, not to mention making the otherwise lovely Mercedes-AMG GLE-class, its internal combustion analog, feel a bit like aging ordnance in a world of laser-guided missiles. The plug-and-play componentry and infinitely tweakable software native to electric vehicles provide new and alternative avenues for the intrepid AMG engineers to exploit. In the case of the AMG EQE, you get access to massive torque at any speed, an electronically limited 149 mph top end, and a refined blend of handling and comfort, all with few of the concessions required by ICE vehicle development to achieve the same parameters. Not that we're saying it's easy. AMG built its Rogue in a tailored suit identity on a trademark husky exhaust note and a certain menacing presence, and those elements don't readily translate to this electric SUV. Naturally, the AMG EQE SUV begins with a power infusion. A pair of AMG-specific electric motors, one at each axle, bring an output of 617 horsepower and 701 pound-feet of torque. That's an increase of 215 horsepower and 68 pound-feet over the dual-motor setup that powers the Mercedes-Benz EQE 500 SUV. Battery capacity is unchanged from the 90.6 kWh lithium-ion unit in the standard Benz. The base EQE is also available as the single-motor 350 Plus and dual-motor EQE 354 Matic. The AMG EQE can charge at rates up to 170 kilowatts on a DC fast charger, enough to add 100 miles in 15 minutes, according to Mercedes. AC home and public charging via the built-in charger is limited to 9.6 kilowatts. True to AMG form, there is a user-selected launch mode. Dubbed Race Start, it can be deployed whether you buy the optional AMG Dynamic Plus package or not, but if you do make the extra spend you'll get an added boost function. The former performs the familiar launch with all systems primed for a clean, neck-snapping getaway. Try the same antics with the Dynamic Plus boost mode engaged, and it temporarily ups the output to the maximum 677 ponies and 738 pound-feet of torque. The car steps off with the same authority but adds just enough extra push to extend the list of physiological-based acceleration cliches to include your choice of internal organs. AMG claims a 60 mph romp of 3.4 seconds in this setting, and based on CD experience, we think our testing will reveal it's roughly 2 to 3/10 quicker. That puts it in league with a fellow EV SUV extrovert, the BMW iX M60, while leaving the Audi SQ8 e-tron in the figurative dust, on paper, at least. It can also hang with its EK53 sedan sibling and the Audi RS e-tron GT. Heat is the buzzkill here, so the fortified EQE SUV employs some AMG-specific cooling sorcery to withstand the heat generated by repeated stand-on-it launches. The rear motor features a water lance, which, despite sounding like the name of a competition-grade kayak paddle, is a hollow shaft in the motor's rotor where coolant circulates. Other AMG-specific elements designed to dispatch heat include specific ribs on the stator and a needle-shaped pin-fin structure on the inverter, which is constructed of specialized performance ceramics. A transmission oil heat exchanger manages thermal activity to cool under duress and preheat components during cold starts for improved efficiency. The automaker is still finalizing the range numbers for the AMG EQE SUV. However, the vehicle we drove showed an indicated 225 miles with a 90% battery charge at the start of our drive, after covering 72 miles in mixed conditions ranging from stop-and-go traffic on the Pacific Coast Highway to a stint on the interstate, and indicated 152 miles of range remained with the battery showing 60%. Napkin math suggests a total of 240 miles with a full charge, though it would leave the battery nearly depleted. Indeed, the onboard software predicted a remaining range of 100 to 153 miles, based partially on the driving style of the first 72 miles. We spent nearly all our time behind the wheel of the EQE in Sport Plus mode and subjected the vehicle to numerous full tilt launches, as well as frequent foot-to-the-floor merges and passing moves on the highway. Starting with a fully charged battery and driving with a gentle foot, the range likely would improve commensurately. For reference, CD estimates the Mercedes-Benz EQE 500 SUV, which carries the same size battery but less powerful motors, at around 269 miles of range. The navigation system includes active range monitoring software that, if it determines a programmed destination would bring you close to fully depleting the battery, will step in, provide the most efficient operation, and prioritize nearby charging stations. Select the Comfort Drive mode, and the AMG EQE moves with a relaxed athletic stride, in part by limiting drivetrain output to 493 horsepower. The standard air suspension adjusts to fit the mood, the electromechanical anti-roll bars loosen their grip on the chassis, and, despite the fitment of mildly aggressive 275/40 R21 Michelin Pilot Sport EV tires, the chassis delivers a surprisingly buffered ride suitable for coddled derrieres. In faster situations, the AMG tuned 4MATIC Plus all-wheel drive sends more torque to the rear in Sport and Sport Plus modes for heightened agility. Up to 9.0 degrees of rear-wheel steering is on tap to aid in handling and maneuverability. The rear wheels turn opposite of the fronts below 37 miles per hour for greater maneuverability. Above that threshold, they turn in concert with the fronts, which aids high-speed maneuverability. The effect is a little disconcerting at first, but once you learn to trust the sensation, the rock walls lining the canyon roadway disappear from your peripheral vision. 6-piston calipers pinch 16.3-inch rotors in front with single-piston units in the rear biting 14.9-inch rotors. A ceramic high-performance composite brake setup with 17.3-inch rotors is also available. Yes, there's still a bit of a fiddly, uncertain feeling at the pedal as the mechanical and regenerative systems exchange stopping duty, an issue we found with the standard EQE SUV as well. Thankfully, with 3 levels of regenerative braking available, one can minimize the amount of brake pedal interaction. Strong recuperation mode is the most aggressive and returns the most energy but requires a slight rewiring of your instincts to employ it gracefully. Even at high speed sweeping through winding mountain roads, the trick is to never fully remove your foot from the accelerator. Doing so engages the full regenerative braking force, which is deceptively effective at slowing the vehicle. And the software decision to throw out the anchor is made in approximately the first 1 to 4% of pedal travel. Keeping a light touch on the accelerator at all times allows you to modulate the braking force with reasonably organic results. Cosmetically, AMG has taken a decisively conservative tack. A new hood badge with the AMG emblem replaces the traditional Mercedes star. An AMG-specific body color front fascia is punctuated with a black panel with chrome adornments, and the front aero elements also get highlighted in chrome. AMG interior signifiers include upholstery with specific patterns rendered in MB text with microfiber and red top stitching, although Nappa leather is available as standard too. There are embossed AMG logos on the seats and headrests, the requisite illuminated door sills, and an AMG flat-bottom steering wheel. The helm is a delight to grip, but the wheel-mounted controls feel a bit flimsier and far less tactile than those of previous versions. The standard hyperscreen dominates the dash and here is packed with AMG-specific content, including the available AMG Track Pace software for all those who will be taking their electric SUV to track days. Though the 2024 Mercedes-AMG EQE SUV is worthy of the AMG tag, it redefines the product formula. Yes, it has heightened performance, but software plays an increasingly important role. In the EV age, tuner arms like AMG need to work overtime to cultivate the magic that separates them from their less rarefied siblings. For now, the 2024 Mercedes-AMG EQE SUV is simply the most engaging example of the EQE family.